Well, this is a surprise to me. I was not expecting to record after hours right now, but I'm just looking out the window and it's completely dark and it's a little late here compared to when I normally record. And I don't think that's an accident because the Forbidden Feminine Black Cat edition was also filmed at night, and the messages coming through is all about being anchored in your dark feminine magnetism. And so I'm just going to share what's coming through. It's been coming through for days, and I've had to really kind of like sit with this. And I know why it's coming through. It's coming through because I'm about to drop sacral magnetism inside the temple, which, by the way, if you are not inside the Forbidden Feminine Sacred Heart Temple, right now you can still get in for $133, which is the founding rate. There's already an edition in there waiting for you. And as soon as I drop sacral magnetism, which is a standalone mini program, mini activation, mini transmission, whatever you call it. It's going to be $333 for sacral magnetism. And when it drops into the temple, though, it'll be included in the temple. So right now you can get into the temple at an amazing rate and you'll just get access to sacral magnetism. Otherwise, sacral magnetism will always be available as a standalone product. But okay, so that's enough about sales, but unapologetically selling here because that's what you should be doing too if you have gifts to share in the world, because it is actually a disservice not to talk about your products and your programs and your magic that you're here to share. So, long story short, let's get to the message, shall we? The message that's coming through right now is, I don't know if you've realized this, but it's not your loving heart and your deep compassion and your ability to empathize with everyone that you're here to integrate in this lifetime. You are love and light. You're an old soul on this journey. You've been doing this for a while. You know how to love. You have a big heart. You have a pure heart, and you are here to give and share and shine your light and share your magic with the world. But that's not what you're here to integrate and master in this lifetime. In this lifetime, you're here to step fully into your unapologetic, sacred, feminine power. This is you fully moving into your magnetic leadership unapologetically. Unapologetically. And so, what I'm going to share here is, yeah, let's see what was coming through right before I hit record is many of you are giving your power away in the name of love and light. I just said it. You are love and light. And when I mean you're giving your power away in the name of love and light means you're showing up for everyone else except for yourself. You're giving your power away. You're still wearing the good girl people pleaser mask in many instances where the need to keep the peace or the need to keep a certain situation or circumstance uh, in a safe place. And I don't mean safe like physically safe. I mean just comfortable safe. The need to give at your own expense. This is leaking your energy. This is leaking your frequency. It is diluting your magnetism. And so to really rise and anchor in your feminine power, you have to be able to integrate both your inner light and dark feminine. And your dark feminine is what's going to magnetize you. It's what's going to call in all of everything that you're seeking on this journey, your highest divinely aligned timeline, fully claiming it and owning it and unapologetically declaring it. And so on this journey, most women, if you've landed here, you've already had a wide open higher chakras accessible to you access the multi-dimensional reality of that which this is, and you've been channeling love and light through your vessel this whole incarnation, albeit maybe I know you've gone through your own distortions and your own alchemy, inner alchemy, but here's the thing. You're still giving your power away in the name of love and light because you are operating from fear-based consciousness and still needing to have that approval or validation somehow outside of yourself. So when I say you're giving your power away in the name of love and light, you're operating from the light feminine's shadow. So Magdalene-coded light energy is all about love and compassion and divine inner union and even outer union and all of that. And it's beautiful. But when you're giving your power away and you're seeking that validation outside of yourself, or you're settling in circumstances you know you shouldn't be settling in, or you're compromising your truth or silencing your voice to keep the peace in order to be quote unquote love and light and pleasant and uh, appreciated and all of those things, that is dimming and diluting your magnetism. And because it's coming from a wounded identity, it's coming from the one that still needs that external validation and approval outside of yourself. That passive feminine, that one that silences her voice and silences her truth to keep the peace or gives her power away or over gives to everyone else while she still has an empty cup, or is always trying to make everyone else feel better and loved and whole and healthy, but inwardly you're still feeling like you're coming from lack, or you're depleting your energy and your frequency in the name of showing up for everyone else but yourself or at your own expense. You're some version of being a doormat for others in some instances. That is not the Magdalene-coded light energy that I'm referring to. Magdalene-coded light energy is all about love and compassion, divine union, empathy, forgiveness, and all of that, which is beautiful, but not at your own expense. And so you can be you can easily slip into, if you still have not fully integrated your dark feminine essence, you can easily slip into the shadow side of the light feminine, which is passivity, which is silencing your truth, which is being love and light for everyone else but yourself. And in this lifetime, you're here to fully claim your power. You're here to fully rise as the divine feminine. There is nothing weak or passive about that. And yes, anchored in your light and anchoring the light, the Magdalene coded frequencies that are being activated within you. Yes. But integrating that with the dark feminine essence, the Lilith coded frequencies within you that are rising and waking up now, if you've landed on this, which is you unapologetically claiming what you are available for, claiming your worth, saying no to things that are not in alignment, not caring about whether other people get you or understand you or even love you, because you love yourself, because you know that you are one with the ultimate creator and you don't need anyone else to fill that void outside of you. That is truly coming home to your true Magdalene coded frequency. And by integrating this dark feminine essence that stands for your truth and your authenticity and your highest divine expression, no matter what, you're actually able to rise in your light frequency, and you won't need the things in your external world to reflect back to you anything. And that's when they can show up, the things that you truly desire in your heart of hearts, because you won't be calling in trauma bonded relationships anymore or karmic partners anymore that are just here to reflect back your shadow of where you're still not choosing yourself and you're still giving all of your power away, or you're still self-sacrificing, or you're still dimming your light or your magic or your voice. And so if you've landed here, there's an integration, and even on a chakra level, the three lower chakras you came to integrate on this journey, and also your throat chakra. And the three lower chakras, the root chakra and the sacral, the solar plexus chakra. So the root and the solar plexus are masculine dominant chakras. You know, the root dealing with your tangible reality, you being grounded in a strong foundation, financial stability, your primal connection to earth and all the things. And then your solar plexus, which is very ego dominant. It's all centered around your personal will versus divine will. There's a lot of alchemy that's happening in those two chakras that are very masculine dominant. But your sacral chakra is feminine dominant chakra, and it's rooted in your, it is the seat of your magnetism. It is your life force, creative energy. It is your sexual energy. It is your creative divine expression. It's what you birth. It's how you birth into this world, whether it's a physical baby or your business or whatever divine art and magic that you want to create. It all comes from you being fully integrated in your sacral chakra, which is rooted in fluidity, flow, divine expression, sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, you fully claiming your unapologetic power and no longer allowing yourself to be shamed in any of those areas or suppressed in any of those areas. And it's highly connected to your throat chakra, which is speaking your truth and not silencing your voice, not keeping the peace. So the not keeping the peace or saying what other people want you to say or saying yes when you really mean no or no when you really mean yes. This is you honoring that sacral chakra when you speak your truth. So there's a connection between your throat chakra and your sacral chakra that's coming online right now. And I know if you've landed here, you feel it. You have less and less tolerance for inauthenticity or for bullshit even, right? And the beautiful part about this sacral chakra integration that's happening as this feminine is rising within you, the dark feminine, which is the part of you that has been suppressed for centuries, including the light feminine. Magdalene coded frequencies have been, distorted as well and dishonored. And what's happening is there is a union going on inwardly of the light and dark feminine dual current, so to speak, that really brings your feminine power into full force. You unapologetically sharing your truth, speaking your truth, shining your light, sharing your magic, no longer dimming, no longer suppressing all the places that you have been shamed in the past, and not just in this lifetime. I'm talking in lineage, like lifetimes, not just this lifetime. This is all coming up in this incarnation. This is why I'm saying this incarnation is not for you to anchor into being the light and compassion and healing source for everyone else. Yes, you will naturally do that as you rise within your own power. That's naturally a byproduct of that. You are the light, you are the love. But this is not what you have come to master in this incarnation. You came to rise in your full feminine power. You are here to be a force of nature. You are here to be wildly expressed, freely expressed. You are here to do what you love and create from that sacred space in you that is being called forward, that wants to birth through you. You are here to be wild and free. And that part of you that's been tamed, that part of you that's been suppressed, inner fire, that inner fire that doesn't give a shit what other people think, that doesn't give a shit what seems appropriate or polite. Like, this isn't saying that you go off the rails and have to be a certain way. There's no rules to this. And it's not here to create another mask for yourself. But when you're being fully authentic, there is no mask anymore. And you are just you. And that you isn't going to care what other people think. So this good girl, people pleaser persona mask needs to die. The good girl mask that needs to fit in and be polite and polished and perfected and palatable and politically correct and follow everybody else's rules and color between all the lines. Have you noticed that you don't fit in? You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to rise beyond what society has told you you need to be. And this is your dark feminine magnetism. And every time you silence it, you dilute your frequency, you dilute your magnetism. There is a power in fully integrating your feminine essence. And it is the marriage of both the light and the dark feminine current within you. It is both. And it's the dark feminine energy that's keeping you trapped in cycles. It's the lack of integrating your dark feminine energy that's keeping you trapped in cycles or keeping you chasing or keeping you um, repelling money and relationships and purpose and all the things, or keeps you feeling stuck and stagnant in cycles and things like that. It's the part of you that's overly passive and complacent, falling into the shadow of the light feminine instead of fully stating your claim and being clear and discerning with what you are available for. There's nothing weak about the feminine, and um, there's nothing, what's the word? There's nothing, accommodating about the feminine, not for the sake of being accommodating. It's never for the sake of fitting in or being accommodating or putting other people at ease. This is why when you are fully anchored in your feminine power, in your divine feminine essence, you will be a walking, talking sacred mirror that nobody asked for, and you will trigger the shit out of people. And the other people that are meant to be in your frequency will be activated by your light and by your authentic expression. And both of those are medicine, but you can't be fully that if you're still afraid of polarizing or still afraid of people not liking you or still afraid of being misunderstood. When you fully rise in your divine feminine essence, you will shift frequencies just by being you, and other people will feel it. They will be either magnetized to it or repelled by it. It's very polarizing. So you say you want to live your most magnetic life and you want to call in your soulmate and the abundance and the purpose and all the things, but you're still afraid of being seen. You're still afraid of being authentic. You're still afraid of being visible. You're still afraid of rocking the boat. You're still afraid someone's not going to like you. You're still afraid you're going to be misunderstood. Newsflash, you're not here to be understood. You're not here to fit in. You're not here to make everybody like you or love you. So if you're still looking for everybody to give you the thumbs up and the heart emojis and all the things before you actually do what you want to do, or you're still seeking permission somehow before you actually do what you want to do or say what you want to say, or you're still waiting for someone else to be responding to you in a certain way before you really honor your truth, guess what? You're going to be stuck in that loop the rest of your life, because the world is just a reflection reflecting back to you how deeply you have met your true self. And your true self doesn't wear a mask. It's purely authentic expression. And that authentic expression is not concerned with being liked, palatable, understood, or even admired or loved. If you're still seeking the love outside of yourself, this is a lack of integrating both your light and dark feminine energy. Because when you are fully anchored in the love and light that you are, you won't need it outside of yourself. The need to be loved falls away because you are that. You are it. And paradoxically, that's when will start calling in loving connections, because now they can reflect back to you what you are being, because the world is a mirror. It is not a window. So when you stop looking outside of it for all the things you think you need in order to complete you, and you unapologetically declare yourself fucking holy like you are, and walk in that presence and in that power, and begin to say no to everything that is not in alignment for you unapologetically, no fucks given if anybody cares or agrees with you, You will claim your power back and it will be your most authentic divine expression. And then you will attract in the collaborations, the partners, the relationships, the opportunities, the business, the money, all the things that are a reflection of you being fully anchored in your truth, fully worthy, unapologetically. Not needing to perform anymore, not needing to wear a mask, not needing to make everybody feel good and warm and fuzzy in your presence because you are still operating from a dysregulated nervous system that that feels fear and threat every time you turn around, and so you have to constantly keep the peace. This is all still coming from a wounded identity. The fun thing about this, at least on this side of the screen, is integrating dark feminine energy. It's like there are no rules. You just get to play and you get to be magnetic as fuck and you don't care if anybody likes it and you get to fully express whatever wants to come through and you get to really get, anchored into your body and no longer suppress your sexual, sensual, creative life force energy that is what needs to be channeled through this vessel if you want to be able to create the life of your dreams and anything else that wants to be birthed through you, your magic, your medicine, your art, whatever it is through this creative life force energy that is rising. But you have to be able to integrate this and not deny it anymore and not suppress it and not hide it anymore. It's been suppressed for a very long time and beyond this lifetime. This is not the lifetime you came to color between the lines if you've landed here. This is not the lifetime that you incarnated in order to really integrate into your love and light frequency. You are already that. You got that part covered. You have a very pure heart. You are love and light. But now it's time to fully anchor into your power and marry that light frequency with your dark feminine magnetism so you can step unapologetically into your power and declare it and claim it. And it's not like shouting it from the rooftops. That's not power. And I know I'm animated because if you've been here for a while, you know that this is just how I channel. This is just is what it is. But the magnetism doesn't have to yell or be loud. It's a it's a it's a it's a power. It's a power. It's a conviction. It's a declaration. It's a devotion to self. It's a devotion to the divine. It's unmeasurable. It's undefinable. It's mysterious. It's magical. It emanates from you without even saying a word. And so you don't have to be like loud and swearing like me if that's not your authentic expression, but that's mine. And I don't hide that. And I don't need to hide that. It's going to come through you however it comes through you, whatever your authentic expression is. There are no rules here. There are no rules for you to be playing by anymore, other than the rules that there are no rules. You get to create them as you go. You get to be wild and free. You don't have to follow any rules. You don't have to conform to any societal conditioning around how to be or what you should be saying or doing, how you should be living, whether you should have kids or not have kids, or whether you should be single or be married, or whatever the case may be. There are no rules. You're breaking all of the molds. You're here to break all of the molds and just live your life freely and unapologetically and call in what is your highest divine expression. But you can't do that if you're not being your highest divine expression. And your highest divine expression is going to look like whatever your highest divine expression is. I can't tell you what that is. And you can't figure it out because as soon as you try to figure it out, you're not being authentic. It's just full on authenticity with no filter and mask trying to perform and be a certain way. You just get to be you. You just get to be you. You want to get paid to exist? You didn't say you wanted to get paid to wear a mask and then you have to wear that mask all the time in order to get paid. Did you? No, that's not what you mean, right? You want to get paid to exist? Then you need to exist as you, as your highest authentic expression. Apparently, the highest expression for me is to be like the soul sister that never gives you any BS fluff and just gives you the authentic divine truth bombs and the inconvenient truth telling that will shake up your paradigm. Ask anybody that's ever worked with me. There's like zero bullshitting that happens in any of my containers. It's just not what I stand for. It's just can't do it. It's like, can't handle it. Can't handle small talk. No desire for it. It makes me cringe. I can't placate and any of that kind of stuff. It's just full on authenticity. Take it or leave it. Now, have I compartmentalized myself and tried to fit in? Yes, of course. And it feels so restricting. This is why I've never been able to fit into any true boxes that most people fit into in this lifetime. And you likely have walked that same path. I would bet if you're listening to this and you're truly resonating, you've always been very kind of like a lone wolf or a black sheep or independent. Maybe you've gravitated towards entrepreneurship and things like that because you just are not going to be like the thought of having to like go work a job in corporate America or sit in a cubicle or something like literally makes you want to just like die. Like that's not something that you can do. You've always gravitated towards professions or career opportunities or things like that that have given you a sense of freedom and a sense of more control over how you spend your time. That's not accidental. That's because it is ingrained in you to live your most wild and free life in this incarnation. And now you're at a tipping point because the divine feminine energy within you is rising and will no longer be suppressed. You can no longer ignore your magic and your medicine that you're here to share. And you can no longer wear a mask and pretend to fit in where you don't fit in or pretend to be okay with shit you're not okay with or whatever. Like, so all of your relationship dynamics, your career dynamics, how you make money, like where you go, friends you hang out with, the community that you live, like anything that's not in alignment is falling away. Anything that's not authentic is falling away because you are coming more and more into alignment with your truth. And the reason I'm getting so passionate here is because that's just what happens. I can't help it. And the other reason I'm getting so passionate here is because this is rising to such a degree for so many right now. I just can't even like there's just so much power on the other side of this. Please stop playing small. Please stop compromising. Please stop settling. Please stop giving your power away. Please stop silencing your truth. Please stop saying yes to shit you want to say no to. Please stop all of that shit. Now it's time to take your power back. There is so much more on the other side of everything right now that you think you need to cling to and hold on to that is not lighting you the fuck up. And as soon as you start to say no to everything that is not lighting you the fuck up, you say yes to everything that is. Whether it's a work dynamic, a professional relationship, a romantic partnership, or whatever. But you have to be willing to say no to everything that is not lighting you the fuck up. Oh my God, my laptop's gonna die. I always do that. Okay, we got it just in time. So I think we'll end it there so it's not too long, but the good news is, the fun part is that at least over here on this side of the screen is that there is nothing more fun than awakening the dormant, suppressed, repressed, hidden, shamed, untamed, unapologetic part of you that's just been waiting for this time, for this moment, for you to fucking claim it so powerfully, discerningly, with devotion that you're here to live your highest truth, no matter what. And in that declaration to yourself, in that devotion to yourself, you will rise. And in that rising, you will walk through the fire of purification. And in that fire of purification, it will burn away all illusion and everything that is not rooted in truth. And in that, you will feel fucking uncomfortable because everything that you've ever clung to, everything that you've ever clung to or cling to, whatever, is going to fall away. And you need to be okay with that. You need to let it go. You need to release it. You need to know that you deserve more, better. You need to know that you are worthy of receiving it all and settling for nothing less than that. You need to unapologetically declare that and have the courage to say no to everything that's not that. And the fire of purification will burn through all illusion and untruths and falsehoods and reflect back to you every place that you're still buying in to the disempowering cycles. And it's all just to come up to be purged. It's all just to come up to be purified because it is your power is rising, your sacred feminine power is rising within you, and it will not stand for suppression. It will not stand for being shamed. It will not stand for being tamed. It will not stand for dimming your light, and it will not stand for silencing your truth or your voice or your message or your gift or your medicine. This is what it means to rise from the ashes, from the old self, and be reborn as the sacred visionary leader that you are here to be. And you lead through your example. Doesn't matter what you do for a living or how or where you're guided to go. You lead through your frequency, you lead through your embodiment, you lead through your gifts and your magic and whatever wants to be divinely expressed through you. You lead through being you. You are the portal, but you need to embody it. It can't be conceptual. You can't still wear the mask and call it good. You can't lie yourself there. You can't fake this. You have to be able to take off the mask and step fully into your power and cut the fucking cord with everything that's still a crutch weighing you down. And if you don't do it, you already stepped onto this path and declared that you're here to live your highest timeline, have you not? So the universe is doing it regardless. So you can either let go or you'll eventually have it blow up in your face because that's what happens when you're an old soul and you came here to claim your highest divine reality and live as your highest divine expression. There's no room for hiding or playing small or living from fear-based consciousness or lack consciousness or, anything that says you're unworthy or rooted in fear. So all of that's going to blow up in your face. So you can either let it go and intentionally move on, or you can wait till you hit rock bottom and then you'll be forced to let it go. And you'll surrender when you hit rock bottom. And then that will be your moment that you get to bounce back higher and freer than you were before. It's up to you on how hard you want to hold on to what's no longer working for you and what's no longer in alignment. But all masks will fall. Everything not rooted in truth will fall. You're not going to be able to escape this. And this isn't fear. This is saying this is what it is. Welcome to the Great Awakening. What did you think this is? Did you think this was just for the separate self to go through the throes of trying to carve out a better existence for yourself? Or did you think that this was actually about your ascension journey? Because that's what's happening on the global stage as well. It's the ascension out loud, publicly, one big Kundalini awakening happening on the world stage for all to see. So it's collectively happening and it's also happening within you. And you signed up for this on a soul level, and you're here now listening to this for a reason, or you would have already clicked away. And if you're here listening to this still, especially this far into the video, it's because it's time. It's time for you to claim your fucking power already. That's it. There's no other option. This is it. This is happening. The time is now. This is it. This is happening. The time is now. Claim your fucking power. There's no other option. So I just get so excited about this. I can't remember how I opened up, if I let you know about this Sacred Heart Temple or not, but if you are feeling this and you're feeling activated by this, I'm going to be announcing some changes. I've been quiet for a little bit here on YouTube where I'm recording this. If you're listening to the podcast, I've been quiet for a few days, maybe a week or 10 days or something like that, to go inward and really reset on what I want to be offering moving forward for the rest of 2025 and 2026. And one thing I can say for sure that is going to stay intact and is in alignment right now is the Forbidden Feminine Sacred Heart Temple, which is open right now, and it already has an edition in there. The Forbidden Feminine Black Cat edition is in there, and it also comes with a ticket to the next Black Cat edition that's going to be hosted live on in March of 2026. And I'm about to drop Sacral Magnetism. Sacral Magnetism is a program that will be available as a standalone program. So if this resonated with you, you want to get sacral magnetism, but it's going to be included in the temple. The temple's always going to be the best value because you get lifetime access to the temple. So everything I drop after sacral magnetism, you will also get. So that being said, that's the last thing that's coming up. I'm getting ready to put finishing touches on sacral magnetism. So if you want in and you want lifetime access to everything I create after this, that is all rooted in coming into inner union with your Magdalene and Lilith-coded frequencies, your light and your dark feminine, here to rise. That is the temple. It's a modern day mystery school, and you can get access to it right now before the price increases. As soon as I drop sacral magnetism, the price will increase, the value increases, and price will right along with it. And then I have another special announcement that I'm not going to release right now, but it's a big shift for me, and I'm going to save that. So stay tuned for the next one. I will drop that soon, this next announcement. So follow along if this resonated and you want to know more. Last but not least, the Quantum Ascension Shift Codes. That is a series. There's going to be about 2 more drops for that coming up, and there's a Telegram channel that you can join for free. You can find that wherever you're listening to this. Um, there's going to be about 2 more drops for that, and then that's going to turn into a paid program. So hit subscribe if you want to get access to those videos. They will live on YouTube for free for 72 hours. And once I record the last episode, which is going to be here within the next few weeks, sometime probably by mid-September, everything comes down and it's getting rolled into a program that you can then purchase. So that'll be available. But right now, if you want access to it for free and you want to follow along on YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe. Otherwise, depending on when you're listening to this, it might already be down, and therefore it won't be available here on YouTube, which means you can still access it wherever you're listening to this. There'll be a link. So that's all of the housekeeping updates. I think that's it for now. I hope this finds you well. Namaste.